Did Donald Trump lose the 2024 presidential election? Let's dive into that. Welcome to Scrying Out Loud. My name is Trevor. Several of you have asked me to look at the video by Thom Hartmann, where he interviews Greg Palast, a statistician, about voter purges, voter suppression, and whether that affected the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. So I did a series of videos, which I called Election Interference. I think there were three of them in the series, and which we looked at a lot of misinformation and how it was directed, and particularly at the youth vote. What Tom Palast is saying is that voters of color were purged from the rolls, in particular in North Carolina, Georgia, and in Wisconsin. And at the time, we knew this was going on. So let's just ask the question, if everybody that wanted to vote had voted, would Kamala Harris have won? So if everybody who wanted to vote had voted, would Kamala Harris have won? So I'm seeing the justice card, but it's turned upside down. So it's almost like, this universe is saying that justice got turned up on its head. In other words, I think she probably would have won without a lot of the voter suppression. Why would have she won? Well, she had the strength to win. Um, the challenge, though, was moving away from the troubled waters. This is the Six of Swords. Um, she didn't have enough time to go in and challenge everything that was happening. And I volunteered for the campaign. I think I put in over 400 hours of call time. And making sure people were registered and re-registered, I don't think was a big enough focus. Now, I'm not faulting the campaign, but they had to deal with the devil energy, which was, this could be abuse of power by people controlling the voting rolls. This also could be mis and disinformation, which was a huge factor, and particularly around the war in Gaza. What's in the past? The past is the voters with the Four of Wands. This is just confirmation that the cards are telling us what we want them to tell us. And the sky was the wheel of fortune. It was just a question, was the wheel going to turn in her favor or against her favor? And in this case, we know it turned against her. Why? I mean, we get the Five of Wands. There was a lot of fighting going on. I apologize for the glare. This isn't the normal time that I record videos. Um, we get the Five of Wands in the near-term outcome. So there's a lot of fighting. There still will be a lot of fighting to try to correct this issue. She was confined. She didn't really have a way forward because the campaign started so late that she just didn't have a chance for her campaign to challenge these voter suppression tactics. Mark Elias, one of the campaign lawyers, they tried to draw awareness to the fact that some people had been deregistered. And we get the Ten of Cups, which is about a family unity. That's also my second card for the voters. Here's the Justice card I was seeing. It's in the hopes and fears. It was a fear that justice wouldn't be served. And that's what came to happen. She didn't win. She was left out in the cold. Um, Things just happened too quickly. This is about speed and messages happening too fast. There just wasn't enough time during her campaign, and ultimately she ended up wounded in battle. Out the Five of Swords. Underneath, we have the government and the courts, which upheld these things. The country's currently at a crossroads. The country has a lot of issues with its voting system. This is the Four of Swords, ill health. The giving and receiving of money is one of them. This is the Six of Coins underneath. So I do think she would have won. And I basically said that. But let's ask one more question just to really clarify what's being said here. So a lot of people wanted to know why didn't they challenge the electors during January 6th? Why weren't there court challenges? Well, it's really hard to prove that people would have voted if they could. So, how do you go about challenging that? So let's just ask the question, if all the votes are legitimately counted, did Donald Trump prevail? And by that, I mean prevail with the votes that were counted, not the votes that were manipulated because of mis and disinformation around the war in Gaza, which I think was the biggest attack on the youth vote that there was. But if you actually look at the ballots cast, did Donald Trump win the election? So I'm getting the Seven of Swords, which is, yeah, but there's just so much trickery, right? There was so much deceit, so much money coming in and out, trying to confuse people, taking people off the voting rolls. So you get the Knight of Wands. This is the message coming forward. It was challenged by loss. He knew he was going to lose. And I said that throughout the election interference videos. And I'll link this. I'll also link that Thom Hartmann uh, thing in the description. With the voters underneath in the subconscious, we get dark energy in the past. That's that misinformation, that disinformation, that manipulation. Um, we get the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve us. And we a message coming forward about money. This is the Elon Musks and the other people influencing our election. With the wish fulfillment card, his wish was fulfilled. Judgment happened. Um, and he got a new start in the hopes and fears with the death card. He basically got his get out of jail free charge. But the truth will come out. So we have a new beginning. The truth will come out. The question is him becoming president a turn of fate that's good or bad? I think that's yet to be determined. So stay tuned. I don't think this is going to go as well as he thinks. And we get the apprentice card heart work. So he did win if you just look at the votes that were cast. Why? We got apathy. There are things yet to be revealed. We got intergenerational relationships. So unfortunately, that's why there were no court challenges, is because there really wasn't anything to challenge. If you had recounted the votes, you will find that he won. That's it's sad. And it's really hard to know how to handle that. But absolutely, if you take away the voting suppression, the voting roll purges, the misinformation, and particularly the misinformation around the Gaza war, um, she would have won. So, anyhow, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with a new video early part of next week. Thank you.